James was absolutely loving all the attention he was getting in the exhibition hall. People were taking photos of him and even filming him too. A group of WI ladies painted him for a church fundraising appeal. Everybody loved James the Red Engine. His paint shone so brightly some visitors had to sit down at the sight of the most splendid engine of all. James was even more beside himself doing breakband rides, showing off to passing trains on the main line and revelling in all the attention he was getting. He told the other engines endlessly that he, James, was the star attraction. He always hoped they'd agree, though normally a rude reply would come from one of them. James was so pleased the next day when he was told he was to feature on a television series called Roundabout, and he had been picked to do breakdown rides for the film. The cameraman arrived and James was simmering with pride at the station. They loaded their equipment on and did some shots of James passing. Then they did some run-past shots of James. James asked them to do them from different angles to get his best sides and reflections from his paintwork. Then it happened. Steam poured out of somewhere and he couldn't move forwards or backwards. He tried but nothing. The camera kept rolling. Unfortunately, the other engines weren't in steam, so a diesel engine was sent to push James back into the exhibition hall. The diesel arrived and rescued the stranded James and his brake van. After shunting the brake van away, the diesel collected James and shunted him back into the exhibition hall. All this was filmed and later broadcast on television. And here we see the failed North Western Railway No. 5 being rescued by the very latest in British Railway diesel locomotives. The next day, visitors didn't come to see James the splendid red engine, but they all came to see James the failed red engine, and years later the film would haunt James as it became available on video, DVD and all good streaming services.